Hi everyone, Mr. H here. So good to see you again. And today I'm going to give you a little bit of history about one of the most popular composers, one of the most famous composers, and one of my favorites. I wanted to do this lesson during February, but I decided that the Black History Month lessons were a little more important. So we're kind of going back in time because, as you can see, this person's birthday was in February. So this is John Williams. And John Williams is a very famous composer, which means he writes music. Now, he writes music for a lot of movies and TV shows. And if you look at this screen right here, you can probably see which movies and TV shows he made music for. Can you think of a couple just looking at him? One of them is super obvious because it literally just says it. You see a few that you've probably seen? I know, I've seen almost all of these. These are all pretty cool. So, we're going to talk a little bit about John Williams today. So, John Williams wrote music for TV and movies. Oops, I should probably move my thing here. I'm going to put myself down here. All right. So, John Williams is an American composer, pianist, which means he plays the piano, and a conductor, which means he leads orchestras. He wrote music for TV and movies, and some of the compositions include film scores for all of the Star Wars movies, the first 3 Harry Potter movies, all the Jurassic Park movies, all the Indiana Jones movies, E.T., if you've ever seen E.T., Jaws, Superman, and Home Alone. And he's done a whole lot more. You know when you've heard a John Williams score, because it sounds super cool. So we're going to play this video really quick that does a really short biography about his history. So I'm going to press the play button. Let's listen.
Meet John Williams.
There he is.
John Williams was born in Floral Park, New York on February 8, 1932, to John and Esther Towner Williams. He was the oldest of 4 children. As a kid, Johnny learned to play the piano, cello, trumpet, and trombone, and even formed a band with his friends. When John Williams grew up, he joined the Air Force, where he conducted and arranged music for the bands. When he was discharged, he enrolled in the Juilliard School to study piano. After he finished school, he decided to play piano in movie studio orchestras. His first recordings included soundtracks for the movie South Pacific and the TV series Gilligan's Island.
Now we've heard of that one.
However, the idea of playing someone else's music for TV shows and movies didn't interest him for long. He wanted to compose his own music, and it wasn't too long before he got his first big break. He was asked to compose the theme for the TV series Lost in Space. His next big break came when film director Steven Spielberg invited him to compose music for his movies. Their first highly successful film together was Jaws. For this movie, John Williams wrote the most famous single notes next to the introduction to Beethoven's Fifth Symphony. When John Williams played the music for Spielberg for the first time, he thought he was kidding. However, John Williams believed his score would be perfect. He was right, and his score earned him his 2nd Academy Award. Working with Steven Spielberg, John Williams went on to compose some of the greatest music ever written for film, including Raiders of the Lost Ark, Jurassic Park, E.T., Superman, Harry Potter, and Star Wars, which was selected by the American Film Institute as the greatest film score of all time. Steven Spielberg said, "Without John Williams, bikes don't really fly, nor do brooms in Quidditch matches, nor do men in red capes. There is no force. Dinosaurs do not walk the earth. We do not wonder. We do not weep. We do not believe." John Williams is, without question, the single most significant contributor to my success as a filmmaker. John Williams has won 5 Academy Awards and received 52 Academy Award nominations. He is the 2nd most nominated individual after Walt Disney.
So those are all some little facts about John Williams. Now, did you hear how important he was when they were talking to Steven Spielberg. Steven Spielberg is a director, so he's the guy who makes the movies, and he made, Raiders of the Lost Ark, E.T., Jaws, and a lot of other ones. Usually when you're watching a Steven Spielberg movie, John Williams is doing the music. And he was saying how important it was that John Williams made that music. Without that music, the movies just wouldn't be as successful. So music is extremely important in a lot of different things, especially in movies and TV. Now, one of the other cool things about John Williams, they mentioned in the video, is that he went to Juilliard. Now, Juilliard is a extremely famous, extremely important music school. You're going to Juilliard, well, actually, it's not just a music school, it's a whole art school. There's musicians, there's actors, there's dancers. So going to that school is like going to one of the best schools in the world for it. He came out of it learning a lot. So it's very important that you guys find a school you want to go to so you can learn your best there. But I'm always excited to hear John Williams' music. He's one of my favorite composers, and he made a lot of my favorite music. Now, we're going to listen to one of his pieces, assuming the video doesn't start again. There we go. So we're going to actually watch him as the conductor conducting one of his own compositions called the Raiders March. Now, this isn't about the football team, the Raiders. This is from the movie Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Since we're in March, I decided we should listen to a march that John Williams wrote. So, before we begin, does anyone know any other music from John Williams? We mentioned a lot of the movies already, so you've probably heard some of his. And we're also going to be talking about marches next time, don't you worry. But for now, let's just listen to a little bit of the Raiders March from Indiana Jones, played by the Boston Pops Orchestra. There he is. That's him right there, standing up. Look at him go. There he is. All right, we're going to pause it there since we don't have time to listen to it all. But if you want to find it yourself, just look for Raiders March from Indiana Jones with Boston Pops on YouTube, and you can hear the whole thing. So that was John Williams. It was his birthday back in February, so we just felt like we needed to talk about him. And we also learned a little bit about what a march is. Well, we talked about a march. Here's a march, and we're in March right now. So I think we're going to be hearing a little bit more about marches later on. But until then, that's all the time we have. So until I see you guys next time, have a good day. Bye.